Thank you very much, Program Director, Mr. Bosaramatsi. Let me recognize our Executive Mayor of Mitsamaholo Local Municipality, Councillor Lindiwe Shongwe. Also recognize the presence of our Deputy Director General of the Maritime Branch in the Department of Transport, Mr. Mthunzi Madia, the HOD, and thank you for introducing me, Ms. Musa Tladi, representatives from the Department of Fisheries, Forestry and Environment, led by Ms. Debbie Mui, Acting COO of SAMSA, Mr. Piso Mashidwana. We have representatives of South African Post Regulator, representatives of the South African Navy. We also have representatives of the South African Police Service, South African Sailing representative led by Mr. Vermont Brown, Ocean Sailing representatives, Commodore and members of the LDYC, captains of the maritime industry, distinguished guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, a beautiful breeze morning to you all. I thank you all for gracing this occasion with your attendance. It is indeed an honor to be here today amongst the best South Africa has to offer in the maritime sector. We meet yet again to record a groundbreaking milestone as we forge ahead to realize the vast wealth presented by our natural maritime resources that our country is endowed with. The launch of the Inland Waters Strategy comes at a significant time when we as the transport sector are engaged with the October Transport Month campaign activities. The October Transport Month campaign is launched and was launched by Honorable Fikile Mbalula, the Minister of Transport, earlier this month. It seeks to showcase and celebrate the strides made in the provision of safer, affordable, accessible and reliable transport services, systems, as well as world-class infrastructure for the country that we have across all modes of transport, but also to reflect on areas of shortcoming. Program Director, today we zoom into the maritime sector because as South Africa, we are a maritime nation and we are a port state with an almost 3,000 kilometer coastline. This coastline boasts of limitless possibilities as a game changer. If we could, in our collective efforts, spearhead an unprecedented maritime-oriented economic stimulus, we could potentially fast-track our socio-economic recovery and reconstruction reforms, especially after the catastrophic effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. Ladies and gentlemen, you will agree with me that the promulgation of the Merchant Shipping National Small Vessel Safety Regulations in 2007 brought about the establishment of a new regime for small vessels on inland waters. It further formed part of South Africa's maritime regulatory regime under the auspices of the Merchant Shipping Act of 1951. As the Department of Transport, we effected amendments to the Merchant Shipping Act of 1951 to include small vessels, which came into effect in July 2008. These amendments saw the inclusion of Merchant Shipping National Small Vessel Safety Regulations, which introduced the surveying and the identification of small vessels, the strengthening of safety awareness efforts, setting of examination standards, the issuing of certificates of competency, as well as the introduction of compliance and incident and accident investigations. During the course of the implementation of these regulations, we realized the need to have an intergovernmental cooperative strategy that underpins regulations, compliance, education, communication, and awareness, hence the Inland Water Strategy. We believe that this strategy could and will greatly assist in promoting a culture of safe and responsible boating when implemented in the spirit of cooperative governance amongst all three spheres of government and in partnership with the maritime industry. Distinguished guests, the fact is South Africa has an extensive inland waters which are underutilized. That is a fact. Countries of the world, if you go to any country in the world who have inland waters, they use these natural resources to create employment and generate revenue. Inland waters, as a national natural resource, has a huge economic and environmental potential. One amongst many is to be used as a draw card for tourists and tourist attraction sites to promote tourism, create careers, and contribute to our national skill sets. As a country, we do have an Operation Pakisa model, which is a presidential initiative and a vehicle aimed at unlocking economic potential of South African waters. Marine manufacturing, shipbuilding, ship repairs are lucrative opportunities, and it is hoped that low-income communities surrounding inland waters can be roped in to participate in this potential and create sustainable entrepreneurship opportunities. Marine tourism and leisure fraternity should be advanced for entrepreneurship opportunities. These are opportunities for previously disadvantaged youth to be qualified as small vessel skippers. These qualifications are normally overlooked as a career path, but many jobs can be created within the small boating industry. South Africa can use small vessel skippers as crew and skippers of small fishing vessels, small harbor tour vessels, and of course various other small vessel commercial operations that is normally overlooked. These qualified skippers can also be trained up to be small vessel surveyors to help ensure compliance of the national small vessel regulations. From there, they can even migrate over to larger vessels and thereby create even more job opportunities. South Africa also builds many small vessels, which are then exported to other countries around the world. Small vessel skippers can also enter the boat building industry and get involved in delivery voyages to other parts of the world. If we can grow the small vessel industry, many opportunities can be created in a number of different sectors within South Africa, and we should really explore these opportunities. And I'm here imploring all of us who are here to take into account this, and if possible, to get used to this phase as we will be talking about these issues and begging you to implement some of these things that we're talking about here today. The department will endeavor to cooperate with other industry role players to develop the inland marine tourism sector. We do hope that the implementation of the strategy will improve safety, harmonize standard operating procedures, and consequently promote commercial use of inland waters. Program Director, coming to the inland water strategy, which we are launching today, the principal focus of the strategy is chiefly to reinforce the key responsibilities of users that operate vessels on inland waters. South Africa has hundreds of dams that are used or have the potential to be used for boating activities, and this excludes all the rivers, lagoons, and estuaries that too can be used. This strategy will ensure that these activities can be done safely by all and help to protect our inland waters from pollution. The strategy will help to ensure that all aids to navigation, such as buoys and lights, are standardized across all of these waters so as to ensure safe navigation, and will provide a level of protection to those citizens who use inland waters for swimming and other recreational activities. The harmonization and standardization of safe navigation will assist in curbing the many recorded boating accidents. The increase in recorded accidents is surely a serious concern. To date, we have had 6 Court of Marine inquiries which attended to boating accidents that claimed 43 lives. The South African Maritime Safety Authority is still seized with 2 investigations on the same. The vessels that use inland waters should be well regulated and have the necessary safety equipment such as kill switches and buoyance aids to protect users from drowning or injuries. Just like a car driving on the road, drinking and driving kills people when a vessel is operated on waterways under the influence. A skipper's responsibilities responsibility requires firstly that the incumbent be accountable for the command and supervision of all operations required for sailing, which cannot be delegated to the third parties. The skipper must ensure safety on the water at all times. He or she must monitor the safety and integrity of their vessels, making sure the vessel is suitable and capable of making the planned trip on the water. Safety on navigation requires skippers and operators to adhere to the law in force. The investigations undertaken and adjudicated by the Marine Court of Inquiry indicate serious human errors which compromise the state of safety in boating activities. It is a matter of must that all skippers and operators alike must observe the law in force. The department, together with SALGA and local authorities, will endeavor to standardize regulations and local bylaws for boating and for the required aids to navigation to be provided in compliance with the SAMSA aids to navigation standards. We are making a clarion call to all authorities to do all they can to ensure that vessel owners use the waters responsibly. Ladies and gentlemen, the loss of a single life from a boating accident is one too many. The convening of Court of Marine Inquiries results in cost of millions of rands. If we practice safe boating, we can save lives and redirect millions of rands spent on Court of Marine Inquiries towards training and development of communities surrounding inland waters. As the Department of Transport, we have mandated one of the statutory entities, that is the South African Maritime Safety Authority, SAMSA, to ensure safety of life and property at sea and to implement the National Small Vessel Safety Regulations in our inland waters. The strategy further aims to find the right balance between education and encouraging personal responsibility and the need to implement the National Small Vessel Safety Regulations in a spirit of cooperative governance for an effective inland water safety regime. The department, together with SAMSA and all other national, provincial, and local entities, including SALGA, shall cooperate to institute a national system of safety and enforcement. The strategy also seeks to address environmental concerns, as vessels have a direct impact on the environment and water quality on inland waters. Many underwater obstacles pose dangers to boating on inland waters. Obstacles include, as you know, tree trunks, rocks, and debris that end up in inland waters after severe floods. Invasive aquatic species also have a direct influence on the safety of vessels and the water quality of inland waters. If unchecked, these species can change the ecosystem and negatively affect aquatic biodiversity. They could interfere with recreational activities, destroy fishing grounds, result in poor habitation for fish populations, impact negatively on water flow, power generation, block irrigation channels, and affect the quality of drinking water. The department will cooperate with the Department of Water and Sanitation in giving effect to a removal plan for underwater obstacles. The department will further support the Department of Water and Sanitation on its resource management plans that form the overarching framework for the management of inland waters. The resource management plans are informed by relevant policies, legislation, and planning documents of various other government departments and entities, for example, the Department of Forestry, Fisheries and Environment, SAMSA, etc. Program Director, I must record my appreciation and commendation to the organizations such as the National Sea Rescue Institute for saving lives on our inland waters. These volunteers use their weekends to train and prepare for rescue operations, and no matter what time of the day or night, they are prepared to sacrifice all to protect our citizens. We can give them a hand. We also congratulate the NSRI for receiving 2 awards at the recent International Maritime Rescue Federation Award ceremony. The IMRF awards recognize search and rescue professionals from around the world for their outstanding action and innovations. This is a good example where industry came together and provided an innovation way to enhance rescue operations by using small vessels, and as such, flying the flag of our country high. We can as well applaud them. I also would like to commend the South African Police Service Water Wing Division, who are always available to assist with search and rescue initiatives when asked to do so. Intensive patrols by members of the SAPS will enhance security in the inland waters, and this will create a safe environment for users of these facilities. Being an enthusiastic sporting nation, sport and recreation is robustly and actively engaged in all accessible and navigable inland waters within South Africa. I am aware that in 2023, most members of South Africa Sailing will be taking part in the Cape to Rio sailing competition, and really, I wish you all the luck. I encourage the old and the new entrants, and I also advise them to prepare thoroughly for this competition. We will be there, we hope, to cheer you. Program Director, I call upon all relevant government departments, entities, and other stakeholders to participate actively and with commitment in support of the Inland Water Strategy. I hope that our next meeting of this nature will be about the extent, success, and of course the teething challenges of the implementation of the Inland Water Strategy. The department wishes to encourage yacht and other sporting clubs in South Africa to engage in community sport development and transformation programs. Many of our yacht clubs in South Africa attract international yachts to sport competitions, regattas, and foreign direct investment. Let our inland waters be shared by all with safe and responsible boating and become financially and economically beneficial to all South Africans. I welcome the role played by South Africa Sailing and OSASA. The Department of Transport will sign the MOUs with the two organizations to strengthen our partnership as well as support for some of the initiatives as they contribute towards the transformation in the maritime space. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, I quote him, "We may have all come on different ships, but we are in the same boat," unquote. As South Africans, we are a maritime nation and a port state. Let us use our natural inland waters creatively and build the maritime sector that coming generations will be proud of. Program Director, it is at this moment my honor and privilege to at this time declare the Inland Waterways, the Water Strategy officially launched today on Friday the 22nd of October 2021 here at the Lake Dennis Yacht Club, Dennisville. I thank you. God bless South Africa.